The biggest challenge in human life is to find the connection to one's source, to one's essential reality, and in that way find the basis for a healthy, creative and realistic way of going about life. Reconnecting consciously to the source is very, very basic and very valuable, because that is how a human being becomes capable to understand life, understand oneself, understand the reality, understand each other more directly and deeply. Without this deliberate initiative and effort to bring the attention to the source, we are almost like sleepwalking. There are different conditionings, different program, different unconscious patterns which are taken by the child, which is in the nature of human reality that we pick up all this. But the human being becomes capable to really rejoice, celebrate and become more healthily balanced, find a quality of harmony and peace, and live an authentic life of love and celebration only when we reconnect to our source and become familiar and get rooted in that. That is why many people are trying in different ways to come in terms with their reality. Many people are trying, struggling, making efforts from the logical, rational point to get grip and get control. But very few go deep enough to realize that there is a difference between the way we are used to believing that what life is and the way life really is. So that is the difference. That is why this conscious reconnection is a clue, is a key, is the opportunity for the human being again to be in tune, again to be with the flow and with the dance of life in a healthy and creative way. So the reminders which are for this period, which we are going to work with, are around these two themes of reconnecting by bringing attention to two basic factors. The first one is to consciously consider any aspect of life which we are coming across, whether we are coming across a plant, whether we are coming across a machine, whether we are coming across another human being, whether we are coming across a glass of water, anything. If you look and start considering very deliberately, where does it come from? What is its basis? How did it come to manifest? What is its essence? What is its source? What way has it been made possible that it is there? Just consciously considering, not trying to settle with an answer, but stay with the question and to look from where it has come to manifest. What intelligence is there behind this manifestation? What understanding is there? What insight is there? What sensibility is there? So the more we are staying with one particular factor and taking time, not very long, few minutes, 2-3 minutes just at a time. Consider if it is a leaf, if it is a candle, if it is electronic equipment, whatever you are coming and where your attention is coming, start with that and take some moments to see what is all behind it, what all has preceded before such a thing could come into manifestation. What is its source? How much understanding, how much preparation, how much experience. In this way, if you go deeper, not only on the logical, rational level, but considering it more deeply, also allowing life to reveal factors which we don't have an answer to, but we can consider. So this way, you go deeper. And this will be very valuable because when you take, for example, during a day, 7 times this 2-3 minutes, orient to 7 times on different occasions, whenever you have little gaps, just take this 2-3 minutes to consider its source, consider its origin. When you see a fruit and you see how its process of becoming the fruit is, from where its source is, not only the seed, but from where, how does the seed come to manifest? So you will again and again come to connect to the wonder. And this is what will be very valuable, because then you will see that the source of all is the deeper aspect of reality, which is beyond our logical, rational fixation, which we can only indicate as the wondrous dimension. So continue to inquire in this way so that you come as deep and as close to this basis of wonder. So 7 times a day, playfully and with an inner readiness, inner determination, connect to the source and come close to the wonder. So that is the first reminder. And the second reminder is, in another way, breaking the forgetfulness and barrier, because we are taking so many things in life for granted. We take our fellow human beings for granted. We take our own body for granted. We take everything in nature for granted. We take almost everything, unless we are considering it carefully, for granted. So this is something which you can do. Look, what are the things which you are taking for granted, and bring attention to one aspect and consider it carefully. Can one take it for granted? Can I take my body for granted? Can I take all that, what it is capable of? Can I take the health, what is there, for granted? And when you can confront also the uncomfortable aspects, because when you question it, then you see that no, you cannot take it for granted. But this is a bit uncomfortable to encounter the fact that everything can happen to this body any moment. Everything can change. So the more you are taking time to bring your attention to question all that what we are taking for granted, it will become a help to come to yourself, come to your source, come more into the dimension where you come to realize that all what we have is a present. All what is there, we cannot take it for granted. So this awareness of the blessedness, the present, the value, the significance, recognizing the importance that it can all change any moment. So take one factor like that, and 3 times a day, before you start with any of your main meals. So you can, like, before breakfast, before lunch, before dinner, take one aspect which you take for granted into consideration. Stay with it, question. Can it be taken for granted? Including, for example, you can start with your hunger. Without the hunger, you see that the whole dynamism of the life process, the dynamism of health, is not going to work. And the more you are considering it, the more you are staying with it, not settling with an answer. So remember, it's not trying to find some kind of explanation and answer and finish with it quickly. It's taking really some moments to look what way we are taking it all for granted, how easily we forget, and see, can this be taken for granted? Is it not that it can change every moment? Is it not that things can be different every moment? So bring this aspect of the fragility, the vulnerability, and also bring attention to the wonder, the intelligence, the beauty which is behind all this, what is there in life. So this is the second one. Whatever we are taking for granted, question that and take every day at least 3 factors. And as a help to remember, it is good to bring it before you start with one of the main meals. And that will be very helpful. This look a bit so simple. But the important thing is when you bring your attention, bring your awareness into these areas and start considering it, you are going beyond the taking for granted approach. You are going beyond this logical, rational fixation and the automatism, and start connecting more to the reality, and in this way coming in touch with the source, to the essence. And the more deeply you are in touch with the essence, the more fulfilling your life becomes, the more significant, and the more you realize how sacred everything is, how unique this whole life process is. So let it become your own experiential understanding. I'm only giving you some hints that it can move in this direction. And this will be very valuable when you work with both these reminders and allow it to become a help.